Now it's time for the Professional American Rhythm Championship Finals. Remember that our teams will be dancing the American style, which is the cha-cha, rumba, swing, bolero, and mambo. Let's go out to the floor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the Professional American Rhythm Open 5-Dance Championship. Let's welcome from Franklin, Tennessee, 101, David Medeiros and Mary Pinazzato.
No me dejes sufrir, porque me dejaste a mí otra vez. No te puedo besar, ni tampoco abrazar. Aquí estoy sola y tú sin regresar.
From Delray Beach, Florida, 120, Brian Smith and Denise Lazo.
Hasta la eternidad. Soy sincera y perdonosa. No quiero perderte, te amaré hasta la muerte. Soy sincera y perdonosa.
From Boca Raton, Florida, 167, Michael Neal and Melina Neal.
Quiero que lo sepas, yo soy sincera, yo no engaño a nadie, yo soy sincera, fue borrosa soy.
And now from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 177, Stephen Knight and Ray Joseph.
No me dejes sufrir, yo soy sincera, entiéndelo bien, yo soy sincera, porque soy sincera.
From Jupiter, Florida, 179, Bill Herring and Sylvie Gagnon.
No me dejes llorar, no me dejes sufrir, porque me dejaste a mí otra vez.
From Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, 223, Robert and Jennifer Pasta.
Juro, soy sincera y perdonosa, siempre quiero ser tu mujer preciosa.
Brian Smith and Denise Lazo are from Delray Beach, Florida. We wanted to know more about this couple, so we asked them to sit down with us and talk about competing in dance sport.
Yeah, we have an interesting story about how we met. Actually, Denise's husband is a real good friend of mine, and we were friends before, and I had introduced them, and they ended up getting married and dancing together. And we had danced together before that time, and they had worked out, and they had a nice, successful partnership, and we just partnered back together like 2.5 years ago. This is after a period of like 10 years. So 10 years ago, we had danced together, we had split, and then we came back together. This is our second time, and last.
As far as winning my competitions, I did, was quite a long time ago to win my first one, and it was very exciting for me then. It was a dance fever competition back in the early 80s. Flew out to California to do that. But as far as the feelings that you get, I don't think that changes over the years. I can still be just as excited and just as, it just gets the same adrenaline rush and the same feelings even today, like I said, many years later, to still win those competitions.
I think by moving around the floor that, I don't really think it's going to affect your score completely. I just think that as an audience appeal, that you want to capture an audience, it's better that all the audience at all ends of the floor see you. Okay. So as far as judging, I like to think that they're going to see you primarily where you're at, but sometimes you got to get right in front of them.
When you do dance or compete, teaching all day on those 3-inch heels, it's very hard on the feet. I myself try to shift my shoes during the day going from a high heel to a low heel, but even with doing that, if I've had an 8-hour day, I usually do have to go home and spend some time either in a whirlpool or just a hot tub to soak the feet, because it really does take its toll.
I think dancers sometimes tend to be, or anyone that's successful tends to be overboard, and they lose that balance in life. And I think being married, to come home and have another life outside of dancing for a few, you know, it gives you a good balance, which actually keeps you on an even keel to dance. I think some people go overboard and they burn out.
Well, for myself, advantages or disadvantages being married to the same person you dance with, I have done it both ways. I was married and danced with my husband for 3 years, and I would say there was just as many good things about it as were bad. And now being dancing with Brian, I would say overall I would prefer myself to not be married to my dance partner, because my husband and I did everything together. We owned a business, we danced together, we lived together. It was a lot. And I find that I enjoy it better dancing with someone who I'm not married with.
Firstly, 120 and 179 for the cha-cha.
We're looking at Denise Lazo and Brian Smith in white. This is probably the top-ranked couple in this competition. A wonderfully mature-looking couple. And here we have Bill Herring and Sylvie Gagnon, soon to be Mr. and Mrs. Herring.
Thank you, couples. 177, 101.
Looking at Ray Josephs and Stephen Knight from Milwaukee. Mary Pinizzato and her partner David Medeiros from Tennessee.
All right, 223, 167.
A very handsome couple from Minneapolis, Jennifer and Robert Foster. And the winners of the Rising Star Professional American Rhythm, 167, Michael Neal and his wife, Melina Neal.
All 6 couples take the floor.
Cha-cha is a dance of feet, lots of foot rhythms. A great deal of speed and rotation. Precursor to a lot of our disco rhythms that we currently hear in popular music.
How are you doing so far in competition? Are you gradually getting there?
Well,
what's happening?
We won the Rising Star on Wednesday night, so we're feeling very confident about tonight.
They won the Rising Star, and they're on to win the one tonight, right?
Well,
the professional. Well, why not? Why not? Why not? Tell me, do you ever argue over dancing?
No comment.
Who wins?
I do.
Well, look, no arguments tonight. We really wish that you are going to get the other trophy. Wouldn't that be great for them, ladies and gentlemen? We hope so for you. Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
We move on to the second dance. The first pairing, 167, 101.
The dance of rumba is an Afro-Cuban mix of music showing the sensuality between a man and a woman, based off of a very simple figure called a box step.
Thank you, couples. Second pairing now, 120, 177.
All couples have an allowance of using their own interpretive choreography to show the character of this particular dance. These two couples tend to have a similar style that's a little hard-edged, more physical.
Now, third pairing, 223 and 179.
Characterization is important. Lady is always trying to get away. Gentleman is always seeking. And the lady always is the inviter. Flexibility and speed are everything.
Judges to see all six couples.
All couples are going to take the floor for the rumba. Through several rounds already to get to this final. And for the couples to make this look so effortless in this final round is amazing. There's a box step. The use of your back as a lady is defined by the clothing that they wear. If you notice, most dresses are very open in the back to show the flexibility of the back. Dresses are short to allow the legs and feet to be seen by ladies who tend to be less static than gentlemen in choreography.
We're going on to the third dance now. The first pairing is 177 and 179. And it's the All-American Swing.
Ray Josephs and her partner, Stephen Knight from Milwaukee. She owns a very large franchise dance school, and he is her dance director. Bill Herring and Sylvie Gagnon doing a lively rendition of the swing.
Well done. And the second pairing, 223 and 101.
David Medeiros and Mary Pinizzotto from Tennessee, and the Fosters.
Shake your feet, shake your yes, yes, yes. Now you know in the street, rubber and the cheer.
Swing is a dance based on the big band rhythms of the 40s. American style tends to up-tempo the music.
Great dancing. And our third pairing, 120, 167.
Brian Smith and Denise Lazo also doing a very, very good interpretation of the swing. Notice the looseness of the back. Arms are not held in such a dramatic fashion. The kneels, a different style. Melina is only 4 feet 11 in her stocking feet.
And now all six for the judges to make their final decision.
This dance, the swing, is related to the international style jive, but done to a heavier, slower paced music. Foot rhythms are apparent.
Yonder go your mama.
tends to be more athletic than the other four dances. Started as a very happy, enthusiastic dance. Lots of kicks and flicks. Imagine doing this kind of speed in 3-inch heels. These ladies go through an enormous amount of strain in the feet over 3 to 4 rounds of dancing.
Now we move on to the sensuous bolero. We have the first pairing 167, 179.
The bolero is a dance that has not been written stylistically in any book in any specific way. Therefore, you're going to see many different interpretations of this dance. Unlike international rumba, this dance has a form of rise and fall or level changes in its basic movement.
120 and 101.
It is extremely dramatic. It has a relationship to the rumba. It is much slower. It is defined as a dance of love.
Fabulous dancing. Now third pairing, 223, 177 now for the bolero.
I think that face says it all. The intensity of each of these couples is brilliant today. They're all having a very fine, fine, fine day. Many lines will be stretched to their maximum, given great time to develop a characterization.
Just beautiful. And now we come to the final 6 of the bolero.
The dramatic appeal of this dance is probably its best feature. Remember that these couples have gone through a vigorous evening of rounds prior to this to get to this final. They're making it look very easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, another glamorous couple here, Robert and Jennifer. Robert and Jennifer. Now just take a look at this couple. I mean, look at them. You'd go anywhere to watch them dance, no matter what. And you are going to see them dance. How do you feel about it?
Well, it felt pretty good. The first round is always the hardest, but for a first round, I was happy.
Yeah, it was a little bit tight out there, a little bit crowded, but that's all right. We just got off the plane, put the dancing shoes on, and hit the floor. So hopefully the next couple of rounds will feel a lot better.
Are you going to be in the final?
You bet.
We'll be there.
You will. How do you feel about the cameras?
Not intrusive at all. I was comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Does it make you work any differently?
Well, you always like to play up to the audience, and having a camera there, you realize that there's more audience, so therefore you want to try to give even more. So.
Do you two ever argue over dancing?
Never.
No, of course not. No.
Look at the grins on their faces.
Perfect.
Dancing is our passion, so sometimes that can go both ways, you know?
Well, look, when you've won that trophy, tonight. Would you come back and say hello to us?
You bet.
Of course we will. I hope so.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
In the first pairing, 179, Bill Herring and Sylvie Gagnon. And 101, David Medeiros and Mary Pinizzotto. The last dance now, and it's the Mambo.
The Mambo, we have seen a great resurgence of not only the music, but also of this dance, which is very related to salsa. In 4 areas of the United States, Los Angeles, Houston, New York, and Miami, where we have a large Hispanic population, this dance has exploded as one of the most popular forms danced in clubs everywhere. It is a very rhythmic dance, accented by very perky, quick movement between men and women. Lots of shimmies and very playful.
Let's hear it firstly for 167, Michael and Melina Neal. And 177, Stephen Knight and Ray Josephs.
Side-by-side movement in a flirtatious way is very, very often seen.
Pronto de tu lado no la mires a los ojos, apártate de ella. Si tú la llevas contigo, mañana será tu esclava.
Couple showing a very, very excellent display of this dance and a very nice effect.
Let's welcome onto the floor 223, Robert and Jennifer Foster, and 120, Brian Smith and Denise Lazo.
Now these are the 2 top-ranked couples in this competition, side by side. It's going to be a very difficult moment for the judges because both couples are dancing extraordinarily well. The Fosters, Lazo and Smith, we could see an upset. It is difficult to tell. Both couples are dancing extraordinarily well.
Put the hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring all 6 couples onto the floor.
It's remarkable to me that 3 years ago, dresses were very long and much more elegant. But with the club scene in most American cities being the fashion statement of the young people that we are really actually looking at, the clothing and attire has changed to go along with the Vogue setting of what people are actually wearing when they're going out dancing. Fashion trends tend to be reflected very much in what these young people always wear when they're actually dancing. We've seen a splendid final. It will be interesting to see the result.
And let's have all of our finalists back out to the dance floor once again. And let's have a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our finalists in the Professional American Rhythm Open 5-Dance Championship. And the results are as follows. Our 6th place finalist. From Franklin, Tennessee, couple 101, David Medeiros and Mary Pinizzotto. Our 5th place finalist. From Jupiter, Florida, couple 179, Bill Herring and Sylvie Gagnon. Our 4th place finalist. From Boca Raton, Florida, couple 167, Michael and Melina Neal. And ladies and gentlemen, second runner-up. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, couple number 177, Stephen Knight and Ray Josephs. And the first runner-up. From Delray Beach, Florida, couple 120, Brian Smith and Denise Lazo. And ladies and gentlemen, the winners of our Professional American Rhythm Open 5-Dance Championship. From Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, couple 223, Robert and Jennifer Foster.